The Denver Nuggets are experiencing a resurgence this season, putting to rest concerns about wasting Jokic's prime. Earlier this season, there were some rough patches. Denver leaned heavily on their young core, which wasn't quite clicking, and Jamal Murray hadn't found his rhythm yet. One of the lowest points came when the Nuggets lost to the Washington Wizards, despite Jokic putting up a historic 56-point, 16-rebound performance. That game seemed to tarnish what should have been a celebratory night and raise serious doubts about the team's direction. However, the tide appears to have turned, and a significant factor in their turnaround has been the comeback of Russell Westbrook. Listen, it's been 6 years since he last played for the OKC Thunder, and since then he's suited up for 5 teams. The Rockets, the Wizards, and the Lakers, where many argue that trading for Russ after their bubble championship win was a mistake. While I think those critics have a valid point, not all the blame can fall on Russ. That said, he didn't perform anywhere near the level the Lakers were expecting from him. This was when the criticism of Russ reached an all-time high. Though he faced hate in OKC, it seemed like he'd never been called as washed as he was while wearing a gold and purple Lakers jersey. His time with the Lakers has severely damaged his reputation. Once celebrated in OKC as a loyal star who didn't leave his team like KD, Russ had now been labeled a locker room problem in LA. Then he was traded to the Clippers, marking his 4th team since leaving the Thunder. He was seen as a role player for the Clippers, nothing more, nothing less. And while the fit was better for him as a Clipper with more shooters around him, he eventually moved to a bench role after James Harden joined the team. By that point, it was undeniable that his star status had taken a hit. Despite this, the Clippers still made the playoffs twice with him on the team. Yet, as I mentioned before, and I feel like a broken record, the respect he lost in NBA conversations was significant. Now we get to see him suit up for Denver. It's wild to think about how much he's bounced around the league, especially considering there was a time when it seemed like he'd be a lifetime player for OKC. But that's not how the NBA works anymore. Players staying with one team for their entire career has become a rarity. Now, when Russell Westbrook signed a 2-year veteran minimum deal worth just over $3 million annually, it sparked mixed reactions, with a lot of people not being the biggest fan of the move. To some degree, I saw this coming. Many people relish being proven right that his athletic, high-energy play style wouldn't hold up as he aged. At one point, I worried that if his final seasons didn't go well, it could tarnish how his career would be remembered. While it's normal for veteran players to decline, Russ deserves a different narrative. Statistically, he's one of the greatest point guards of all time, and his legacy should reflect that. It seemed like Jokic was ready to give Westbrook that chance. He played a significant role in the Nuggets' decision to bring Russ on board. Typically, Jokic isn't very outspoken about who he wants on the roster. He's not like LeBron, actively directing moves and roster decisions. He usually just focuses on playing. But in Jokic's eyes, Westbrook was different. It seems like the Nuggets signed him at the perfect moment, as Russ's value had hit an all-time low. So props to Jokic for seeing past all that, because it paid off. Westbrook has been a seamless fit so far, proving to be the perfect replacement for KCP. And it wasn't always pretty, because I remember when the season started slowly for Denver and Russ struggled to find his fit, critics felt validated, thinking that they had been right all along. However, everything changed when Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon went down with injuries in December. Westbrook was thrust into the starting lineup, and we finally got to see the Jokic-Westbrook duo in action, a pairing that turned out far better than anybody expected. In that same month of December against the Jazz, Westbrook logged a 16-point triple-double with 10 boards and 10 assists, shooting 7 of 7 from the field, going completely perfect. They've even had games where both Jokic and Russ recorded triple-doubles in the same game. Their dynamic combination of points, rebounds, and assists has been key to stacking wins. Currently, Jokic is in the midst of an MVP-level season and leads the league in triple-doubles, while Westbrook ranks 7th. Russ has also reached career-high efficiency at the rim thanks to his off-ball cuts that capitalize on the double teams Jokic's draws, creating easy looks under the basket. Over the last 10 games, Westbrook has averaged 17 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. During that stretch, the Nuggets have gone 8-2, which would place them as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference if the season was judged on those games alone. Of course, a season isn't judged by a 10-game stretch, especially when the Nuggets may have benefited from an easier schedule or the return of key players. The true test lies in the full 82-game season, and more importantly in the postseason, where performances carry the most weight. But what do you think? Will Russell Westbrook win an NBA championship this season? Tell me in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.